The SEC once again proves its dominance by having the most players selected in the 2025 NFL Draft. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black coming back once again to talk about this year's NFL Draft. We had surprises, we had some complaints, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about everything good dealing with this year's draft. Okay, as I said, the SEC once again proves its dominance by having the most players selected this year with 79. The Big Ten came in second with 71. That is why everybody knows that the SEC and the Big Ten is the most dominant conferences in all of college football. Everybody knows that. But as far as individual programs, Ohio State put the most players in the NFL this year. They had 14 players selected, tying their old record. Only one from breaking their record, but tying their record, that's still good. Georgia came in a close second with 13 players. This has become the norm at Georgia since Kirby Smart got there, or maybe 1 year after. But this is becoming the norm at Georgia, putting double-digit players in the NFL year in and year out. Okay, so Georgia, one of the most dominant teams in the SEC and all of college football. You can't deny it. So props out to them. Also props out to Ohio State for putting 14 players in the draft. As I said, Georgia, a close 13. Texas put 12 in the draft this year, and Oregon put 10. That's the 4 schools with double-digit players selected. Can Texas keep this up? Maybe so. I feel if Isaiah Bond, when they had his off-the-field issue, he would have been selected in this year's draft. And that would have put Texas at 13 players selected. So, but hopefully Isaiah Bond can get his situation rectified, and he'll be in the NFL draft next season. Hopefully. So, but these guys, they do crazy stuff and mess up their chances so close to the NFL draft. Also, Ole Miss, they had 8. Alabama had 7. Okay. Every draft eligible player got drafted from Alabama. Well, not every one of them, but the main ones got drafted, except for C.J. Dupree. You already had a couple of them that signed unrestricted free agent contracts. All right. Shit, maybe C.J. Dupree signed one. I just haven't seen it yet. But James Burnham and our long snapper, they signed unrestricted free agent contracts, a punter and a long snapper from Alabama. And like I said, Alabama had 7 players selected in this year's draft. And let me go over them. What was it? Left guard, Tyler Booker, who went in round 1. Linebacker, Jahad Campbell, who went in round 1. Jalen Milroe, quarterback, round 3. Matter of fact, Tyler Booker got selected to Who did Tyler Booker get selected by? Jahad Campbell got selected by the Eagles, which was great. The Eagles getting great draft picks year after year after year. Jalen Milroe goes to the Seahawks. Malachi Moore to the Jets in round 4. Q Robinson, round 4, I believe he went to the Seahawks also. Tim Smith got selected to the Colts in round 6. Robbie Alts, I don't forgot what he got selected to. But hey, I'm glad those guys got selected, man, and it's a great thing. It's a great thing to see these guys live out their dreams. Okay, but some guys that I thought would have got drafted but went undrafted is Seth McLaughlin. I know y'all might say, you mean to tell me You surprised Seth McLaughlin didn't get drafted after how he played at Alabama? Yes, I am. Seth McLaughlin was the best center in all of college football last year. Won the award for it. But he went undrafted, and that surprised me. Maybe it was because of the injury. Even though he got the award for the best center in college football last year, he tore his Achilles at the end of the year. He couldn't play in the national championship game. He couldn't play in a couple of playoff games. But he was still best center of the year, won best center in year 2024. But he went undrafted, and that surprised me. Another guy that went undrafted is Miami, Xavier Restrepo. This guy has been a 1,000-yard receiver for the past 2 years, and he didn't get selected. So that surprised me also. Another guy out of Georgia, offensive lineman Nazir Stackhouse. That surprised me. This guy was a 3-year starter for UGA, and that really surprised me. Okay, I thought he would have been selected the way this draft seemed like centered towards trench guys. All right, and he didn't get selected. I thought Nazir Stackhouse should have got selected somewhere in the draft. All right. Also, another one from Georgia, another offensive lineman, Xavier Truss. I'm surprised he didn't get selected. This guy played 22 games at right tackle, 18 games at left guard. He also had a game at right guard and a game at left guard. So he done took snaps all along the offensive line except center, and he didn't get drafted. That surprised me. Okay, so for those 4 guys, Seth McLaughlin, Xavier Restrepo, well, Seth McLaughlin out of Ohio State, Xavier Restrepo out of Miami, Nazir Stackhouse and Xavier Truss, both offensive linemen out of Georgia. They didn't get drafted, and that really surprised me. I'm sure all of these guys will sign undrafted free agent contract, which Xavier Truss already signed one with the Broncos. Okay, so I'm sure I'm sure that he'll make the team. I'm sure of that. But anyway, other guys that surprised me, I ain't gonna go into these guys, but other guys that surprised me was South Carolina, Raheem Sanders, Rocket Sanders. That surprised me that he didn't get drafted. Missouri's Theo Wise, surprised he didn't get drafted. Michigan's Donovan Edwards, running back. Theo Wise a running back too. Theo Wise is a receiver and Raheem Sanders is a running back. So surprised me they didn't get drafted. Also, Jameis Dumas Johnson out of Kentucky, who was at Georgia before he played his 1 year at Kentucky. Surprised he didn't get drafted, but I mean, maybe he should have stayed at UGA. I don't know. Like as I said, Isaiah Bond, but we all know why Isaiah Bond didn't get drafted. So, yeah, those guys really surprised me. But once again, just to backtrack, SEC had the most players selected with 79 and Big Ten with 71. Ohio State, most drafted players in this year's draft with 14, tying their record. Georgia, close second with 13. Okay. Texas 12, Oregon 10. Those 4 teams had the double-digit draft selections this year. But Alabama had 7, so I'm proud of all those guys. Punter, James Burner, and long snapper signed undrafted free agent contracts. Hopefully they can make a team. Hopefully C.J. Dupree get afforded the opportunity to work out for a team, you know. Those guys out of Georgia who didn't get selected, Nazir Stackhouse and those guys, there's a couple of more. I hope they get a chance to work out for a team to sign an undrafted free agent contract, along with everybody else who didn't get drafted. And looking forward to hearing their name and didn't hear it called. And hopefully they can go to a team and work out and maybe get selected. Maybe. But there's still some guys out there, man. Might be a diamond in the rough that went undrafted, okay? Or might have a diamond in the rough that went in these later rounds. But congratulations to everybody who got selected. I mean everybody. It ain't about what number you got selected. It's about what you do with the opportunity. Just remember Tom Brady. Just remember. Just remember Mr. Irrelevant playing with quarterback with the San Francisco 49ers right now. Doing this thing. Last pick of the draft. Just remember those guys, man. And, hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Another guy that kind of surprised me that he didn't get drafted is Brew McCoy. But remember, from Tennessee, wide receiver. But remember, Brew McCoy in 2023, I think he was injured the whole season with a broke leg. So that kind of surprised me too. But yeah, hopefully he'll get to play with a team in the NFL, and even if it's a backup. So shout out, like I said, to everybody who got selected and the guys who signing undrafted free agent contracts, and hopefully they'll make the team. But let me know what y'all thought about this year's draft. The good stuff. The good stuff. The players from your team that got selected. Players from teams that you were surprised got selected. You know what I'm saying? Players you were surprised that didn't get selected. But a special shout out to every player who got selected from my Alabama Crimson Tide. Tyler Booker, Jahad Campbell, Jalen Milroe, Malachi Starks, Quindarius Robinson, Robbie Oots, and Tim Smith. Congratulations to all those guys. All right. So y'all be blessed. And remember, KB don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, and roll damn Tide.